Tropical storm Arthur continues to track to our southeast. It's been moving north today as expected, and that north movement will continue for most of tonight. Let's look at it on our satellite. At times you can really easily tell where the center is right there, almost an eye-like feature. The storm is almost a hurricane. Max winds 70 miles per hour and just needs 4 more miles per hour to become a hurricane. That can happen as early as this evening. Hurricane Hunter aircraft will be out there monitoring quite often. Now, the storm still moving north. Watch the radar here. Notice that the western edge, the outermost rain bands really aren't even reaching the coast, but as it goes by us tomorrow, we could see a couple of rain bands kind of skirting the coastal counties periodically, but overall we're not going to see much rain. Rain chances will be increasing further northeast across the South Carolina coast, and of course there'll be a lot of heavy rain and wind well offshore. Hurricane warnings are in red here. On land, they are in effect northeast of Wilmington up to Cape Hatteras. Tropical storm warnings are in blue, and on land they are in effect from Myrtle Beach down to Georgetown up in northeast South Carolina. South of that, any tropical storm conditions are going to be out over the water. Now let's look at the National Hurricane Center forecast track. It takes the system north and northeast through tomorrow afternoon. Notice it's getting closer to the South Carolina coast because the coast sticks out further east. And that's the problem with North Carolina, is it sticks out further east than that. And so as the storm continues on a northeast path, it's going to come very close to the Outer Banks. And whether or not it makes landfall, they're going to see significant impacts on land as they'll be close to the center. But hopefully it will stay just offshore so they get a little bit lesser effects on the west side. This is a high confidence track forecast for us. Notice that all these models keep the center well to our east, and the combination of that distance plus being on the weaker west side means that any dangerous weather conditions will be well offshore. But it becomes a problem more up in North Carolina because any slight deviation in track makes a big difference on what they will feel there along the coast. Now, the headlines for us are that for the impacts tomorrow, chance of showers along the coastal counties and about a 10 to 20 mile per hour breeze. Obviously nothing that's going to cause anything in the way of any damage. Now the main thing will be increased risk of rip currents, high risk of rip currents as we head through tonight and tomorrow if you're going to be on the beaches, so you got to be very careful if you're going to be planning to do any swimming. Rain amounts could be as much as a ½ inch or so with a few showers, but overall heavier rain amounts will be offshore and off to our northeast. Temperatures are hot today, and you combine the temperature and the humidity, and it feels like it's 100 or above across central Georgia and the central Carolinas. And that will be the case again tomorrow, though we will have some breeze along the coastal counties. High tide will occur late tonight, another one tomorrow about 1:08 in the afternoon. Meanwhile, out on the water, again, that's where any danger will be, well out there, seas 4 to 8 feet. High surf advisory, meaning that high risk of rip currents will be in place. Now, the latest pollen report, not much pollen out there right now. Mold is moderate. Good weather for your 4th of July. It will be hot. The high is up to about 94. Should be dry. Saturday mainly dry. Maybe a late afternoon storm coming up on Sunday.